everyone. Welcome to On the Deck here at KPFA 94.1 FM. We are in Berkeley. I'm in Berkeley today. Poor Antonio there is kind of sick. You said you woke up with a sore throat.
A little bit of a sore throat, so I'm
Yeah.
well, I'm not really taking it easy.
Okay.
I'm just checking up on. It's probably all in my head, but
Yeah.
sorry.
All right. Well, let's see. We're here at KPFA Radio 94.1 FM. Letting you know that anything we need, anything you need to check on, you can visit kpfa.org. And I'm going to put up the link there. Let's put up the link for kpfa.org. You got it? Yeah, there we go. So if you need anything, if we're talking about anything in today's broadcast here, you can always go and check it out on kpfa.org, or you can also check out the text in the post, and it will lead you to any of the links that we're talking about here. Excuse me about that. So Antonio is not here with us today in the station. Again, my name is Miko Tolliver. You can find me around on social media at Miko Tolliver. And remember that there are 2 L's in my last name. That's super important because you don't want to find the wrong person. But yeah, find me around on the interwebs. Follow me, ask me questions. I love to talk to people. I love to connect with people. That's my thing. And then I'm also here with our interim general manager, Antonio Ortiz. Hello, Antonio.
Hello, I am here. Hopefully, you all can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Okay, yeah. We were having a little connection issue a second ago, but I think, you know what it is? I think it might be a delayed audio sometime. So it seems like this morning Antonio woke up and said that he had a sore throat, which that's how it starts. You know, like a month ago, I woke up randomly and I had just like this wicked sore throat. And I think I was sick with a cold. I never got COVID. I tested about 3 times, but I was sick with a cold for about a week.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say I felt it move through my sinuses. And then I think I'm going to say on the last few days, maybe do I finally feel completely clear? Because I think when you get that like cold, that congestion, it stays there for a while. Yeah.
I'm hoping because yesterday when we were hanging out, it's very chilly. I'm going to feel things. We'll go from there.
You didn't just feel tired? Because I felt like that's right. Antonio and I hung out last night because it was Halloween. We got dressed up in our costumes, which, as if you guys were watching last week, we had some really cool costumes. I was a Teletubby. Antonio was an astronaut. He was from outer space. But I would say, you know, when we got home, I just felt tired. I don't think I felt sick. So I just wanted to go to bed.
Sick or tired? I guess when we were hanging out, it felt that cold when you feel like the coldness is getting chilly.
So you felt it coming on, like, here comes the cold. That's okay. I was also, I think I was telling you, it's the season. We had a plan too. We went to a party last night and hung out for Halloween. And then I think we said like, okay, if we leave the party early, let's go. Maybe we were going to consider going out to eat. And then we were also talking about the Castro and like the history of Halloween and how it became like a holiday that adults could celebrate and get dressed up. And it was because of LGBTQ culture in the Castro. Like, it was illegal to cross-dress, but on Halloween, I guess some men dressed up as cross-dressers and then entered a costume contest. And then that's how it kind of became a thing, right? You don't know. That's fine. Well, yeah, this is what I saw. I saw it on something the other, but really what I was bringing up to was because we were there in SF, and I was like, okay, if we leave this party early, maybe let's go out to the Castro. But we left late and we were kind of tired. But then I woke up this morning and then I was watching the news, and people were out in the Castro dressing up. I know in the last few years that people hadn't been doing it as much. I guess it got kind of dangerous or something like that. And they're like, we're going to shut down Halloween in the Castro. I was like, oh no, sad face. Because I never really got to go. But I feel like it might be coming back. So I want to say, let's already just make a plan for it. I think that this is something we're going to do next year. Maybe we're going to Castro Halloween.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Like,
And so we can do Castro a Halloween night, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
the next day we can get up and celebrate Dia De Los Muertos, huh?
yes, we can.
Yeah, which is today,
Well,
November 1st, Dia De Los Muertos. And as you were unable to make it into the station today, Antonio, our plan was to show everybody out there in interwebs land the station's altar. We have an altar here at KPFA that we have made for community members of KPFA who have transitioned on and passed away, but in great service of KPFA. And we actually did recently have a KPFA community member pass away. His name was Bob Baldock, and he was in
Mhm.
charge of doing the event flyers that are, I want to say that KPFA is known for a particular type of flyer. And he was the person in charge of that. And Bob Baldock, born April 30th, 1937, passed away just like a week and a half ago, October 22nd.
Mhm.
So I believe we are here today and we want to honor both the Dia de los Muertos and we want to honor Bob.
Mhm.
So we're going to add his photo to our altar.
Mhm.
You ready to see it?
Put it on there. Let's just give a moment of silence. Talk about
Let's give,
what he's.
I'm down with that. Let's give him a moment of silence. I'm going to put it up there so you guys can see. And then we're just going to have a quick little moment of silence for Bob Baldock, a great KPFA community member, so many years here at KPFA, honoring him on this Dia de los Muertos. So that's so great that we've gotten a chance to honor him. And now he's a part of the KPFA community forever. If you actually ever come to the KPFA radio station, it's as soon as you walk in the front door, you see this straight ahead, this altar that we have. And I'll try to turn it a little bit so you can see some more. It goes all the way around. Now, we weren't able to light any candles because we are indoors. So we want to be aware of fire safety hazards and things like that. But there's so many people here who have been a part of KPFA. And just so you know that once we have a community member who is here, it seems like they're here, a part of this family forever. And we do honor that. And we don't say like, just because you've passed on to your next transition, that we forget you. No, remember. And Bob was, I think he was a part of KPFA, what, like 40 years or something like that? A really long time, right?
Mhm. A long time. And for any of you who ever do get the chance to come in, just know that all are people who have some form or another, or volunteer, post producers, programmers at the without them wouldn't be where we're at today. So in the past, our aunts been here before, but they've gotten us to this point. Bob is also one of those individuals. 2004, I first met promos for of KPFA. I didn't actually record him, but I did meet him on and on my time here at the station, and he was a human being, very open, very a lot from him. He was very nurturing to me and a lot of other people. He was the producer for the KPFA. Was taken over by before he returned. Hensinger took it over, who did it for decades, inviting that in person, that and making sure that happened throughout the year, and bringing in a bunch of different speakers, people who politics who had written a book, and so if before pandemic, past at least for the past decades, it was something that had been producing.
I know, and Antonio, I think we were still having a little audio issue on your end, like some delayed cutout audio, but you were just really just summing up that, Bob has been here, part of the community a long time. You got to meet him at one point, and he was just been very nurturing to the community and keep things going here. And he took over, the position that Kevin Hunsanger has as development director. Kevin took over that position for Bob. So,
well, no, not so when Bob retired as professor, then that went over to the development director.
Okay, so when Bob retired as producer, then that went over to the development department. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So, yes, this is so great to honor him on Dia De Los Muertos. And we want to just, again, Bob Baldock, April 30th, 1937 to October 22nd, 2022. Rest in power from the KPFA community. And with that, we want to also let you guys know up next that Bob will want us to inform you guys on what's happening here at KPFA, and you should be able to check out Area 94.1, our Area 94.1 podcast. And up there on the Area 94.1 podcast that we have going, let's just put up a little so you guys can see the link. Area 94.1 is at kpfa.org/area941. And there we actually have a new a section there that's very important, because now in the next week it's going to be election day. In fact, I believe next week we're going to be broadcasting. We're going to try to broadcast as we enter in our ballots. I know I'm entering my ballot into the ballot box down at downtown Berkeley, and so we want to broadcast from there when we do On the Deck again next week, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Same place, same bad channel. But if you go to the Area 94.1 podcast, you will see there is a California Ballot Breakdown. And there you can get information. Let's see if we can get a little lower third there about our California Ballot Breakdown. There we go. California Ballot Breakdown is Election Day. Election Day is next week, November 8th. But if you go to the Area 94.1 podcast, we have a section there called the California Ballot Breakdown. And there you can get all kinds of information on what's happening, what's on the ballot, like get the breakdown on propositions, the race for a San Francisco district attorney, local elections, and so much more. In fact, I was actually really kind of glad that I found this and was able to talk about it today on announcements, because I haven't done all my homework yet. So I actually don't know how I'm going to vote yet. And again, KPFA, we're nonpartisan, right?
We should pause on that link. Some of these, there's something from 2020. That was a 2020.
So yeah, you can go to the link and get the latest update of what's. I know there is something recently. Again, if anything, we're talking about the links you can find in the text of this post. Yes, but go there and get some information about the ballot breakdown. And there are a few things on there. So we don't just have one thing. We have several things that we've been doing, keeping track of, because there are several different propositions that are really big. I know there's like 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. After a while, sometimes it starts to be kind of like a word jarble. You're like, wait, which one's which? What is what? And you want to be informed. Again, here at KPFA, we're nonpartisan. So we're not going to tell you how to vote. I will tell you to vote, though, because I want to encourage you guys to go get out there and exercise your right to vote. But yes, and if you're just like, well, I don't know how to vote, whether that means registering or, where to take your ballot, where to go, or in this case, what to vote for, here's some information for you on some of those propositions and some of the, opponents? No,
So just know that it's only going to be for California Ballot Breakdown. It'll be 3 items for this November midterm, San Francisco, and then also for 27 and Proposition 29. But any all from previous elections.
Okay. So I think you were saying again we had some audio issues then. And Tony, let me ask, what happened to your mic
Mhm.
today?
My mic should be working.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I think you know it's because
Yeah.
you had a sore throat today. So it's just like the whole universe has conspired to try to attack, like try to get you to limit your voice for whatever you want, for whatever reason. I think their universe is sending you a message like calm, minimal expressions from the vocals. That's okay though. That's all right. But yes, so the California ballot breakdown, area 94.1. And it's the only top 3 podcasts that you want to check out there. And actually, the cool thing about that is you can see that on area 94.1, but there were several links in there of where you could go if you wanted to hear it on Spotify, iTunes, Tune, what is it? Tune, what's it called? Tune Starter, Tune, all the podcasts. If you're like, I want more podcasts, yes. All right. Now, next we have, here, you're gonna like this, Antonio. You ready? There was a new Radio Cafe performance from La Onda Bajita, right? Radio Cafe. Let's see if we can get the information up about that for Radio Cafe. Radio Cafe is the last Fridays of the month. And La Onda Bajita, which is on Fridays, they invite an artist to come in and perform. And I think it's at the Arlene Francis Center. But it's not always there. Sometimes they've had it in different places. Like the one they did last month was in Sebastopol. But this time they had an artist. They bring in a musical artist. They kind of interview them. It's kind of, I almost want to say it's kind of like an MTV Unplugged, where it's like we get them perform and they interview them. This week they were this month they were performed by they were hosted by Xochitl. So she questioned, but the artist was Winter Jendayi. I said that wrong before. I said Winter Jendayi, but it's actually Jendayi because that's what she kept saying on the interview as I watched it. But you can go up there and you can check out a brand new performance for Radio Cafe. So we have a new concert up. And at this point now, we actually have 3 concert videos from Radio Cafe. So we've actually got a nice little Radio Cafe playlist going. This is me. This is how much of a technical nerd I am. I feel like I'm collecting these videos, these playlists that we have, so that we can just sit and like binge and stuff like that. Like, remember, I think last week I told you, like, oh yeah, we have enough letters and politics episodes that you could just kind of binge it all day. Think about that. You know, there's somebody out there who's such a big fan of like Mitch Jeserich that they were just like, oh my goodness, I don't have any work today. It's Saturday. I don't want to get up. Oh, I'm just gonna binge letters and politics. I don't know about you, but that sounds cool. I'm excited about that. And so now you can do that a little bit with Radio Cafe. We've got a few, about 3 episodes up there. So definitely, yeah. All right. And then now we've got a few updates, programming updates. Let's see. Antonio, you want to give us our first update about Oakland School for the Arts? Can we hear it? Can we hear you say what's new about Oakland School for the Arts?
You can hear me, but we're going to tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We're going to do their first show. Just because
Oakland School for the Arts, right?
Show.
Yeah.
No show. And I keep, because it's new to me.
It's Wednesday. This is Wednesday. It's going to be Wednesdays.
Wednesday
at
2 o'clock. They're calling it, sorry, this up because I title as we see it. That's the name of their show.
The World as We See It. The World as We See It. So Oakland School for the Arts. Our World as We See It. This is great. We're going to have a youth show. It's been a while since we've had like a youth show here at KPFA. The last youth show we had like youth radio years ago, right? And so, but now, and we don't have that program anymore, but it's now because again, KPFA in a way is kind of like a school. We're here training people how to become, host, producers in multimedia, how to edit sound shows and things like that. So it's great that we're going even like we're starting even younger. We're getting Oakland School for the Arts in there. And I think that that's really great. What I actually thought was really great is then that is the perfect segue for the next show that comes after that, which is going to be Education Today. And that's Wednesdays at 2:30. So you can start with Oakland School for the Arts. The youth are here. And then we can immediately go to Education for Today at 2:30. So that's a full hour of youth education. That's real revolution there. That's real revolution there. Right? All right. And then our last show update. What do you tell us about this next one?
I could tell that. And do you want me to tell the other stuff?
I think because we're having some audio issues, we'll keep it small. We'll just do voices of the Middle East and North Africa. But tell us about that a little bit.
I'll leave it in your court.
You're leaving my court? Okay, all right. So I want to say voices of the Middle East and North Africa. I think we call it Vomina. Is that what we call it? But they will continue to air. It's only what?
We call that within the building.
Oh, we only call it the building. That's right, because it's short. It's short. Okay, that's what is the acronym for it? But Voices of the Middle East and North Africa will continue to air on KPFA, but only on their Friday 11 a.m. time slot. Did they have a different time slot before? I think they had a repeat time slot, right?
They had 2 o'clock.
Oh, 2 o'clock. That's right. We've had a whole shakedown, shake up for our, I don't know, I guess Friday thing. And you know what? I think it's because Andres Soto, El Show Andres, left, right? We mentioned that maybe about a month or so ago. And because of that, now we've had so many changes. We have Pushing Limits, Terra Verde, what is it? Economic Update. All those things are changing on Friday. And then so now we also have some new things on Wednesday with Oakland School for the Arts. And of course, now we've got Voices of the Middle East and North Africa will be Fridays at 11 a.m. only. All right, good. All right. And with that, it's time for our donor of the week, our donor highlight. We want to say thank you to, get his name up there, Rupert from Oakland, for donating to the station. Thank you, Rupert. Again, KPFA is 100% listener supported. And so we want to take the time to acknowledge people who are supporting KPFA. So thank you so much. And with that, I want to encourage everybody else to continue to support. Another way you can support is to follow us on social media. And you can do that by going to Facebook at KPFA 94.1 or Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We also have twitch.tv and TikTok. I wonder how things are going to roll out with Twitter. I know that Elon Musk took over Twitter, and I know he's planning to charge verified accounts, which we do actually have a verified account on Twitter. But I feel like paying for something like that is against the mantra of KPFA. So we'll have to look into that more to see what's going on. But again, follow us on KPFA or follow us on social media, Facebook at KPFA 94.1 or Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at KPFA Radio. And with that, I want to remind you that you guys can always find out information about us at KPFA.org and to tune in on the radio at KPFA 94.1 FM. Again, my name is Miko Tolliver, and you can find me around on the interwebs at Miko Tolliver. There are 2 L's in that. And then we also have here our interim general manager, Antonio Ortiz, correcting me, making sure I give you the correct information. And we will be back next week voting because it's election day. So we got big things going for election day. And again, we want to say thank you for tuning in to On the Deck here, our weekly recap. And we want to say goodbye, and we will see you next week. Oh, we also want to give a shout out to our, what do we call him? Our technical live video stream producer, Jess Hutchison, who is our new intern here at the building and helping us and learning and being trained on how to help us with the video stream. So thank you so much, Jess. Yes. All right. And with that, we want to say thank you and goodbye, and we will see you next week. Oh, wait. Before we go, somebody in the chat, Paul Garber says, that's amazing news about OSA High School's new program, Our World as We See It, on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Thank you so much, Paul. Again, if you guys are ever watching us in real time and you submit a little comment in the chat and we get it in real time and live, we will mention it too. So thank you, Paul, for being a supporter. And now we officially really say goodbye. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Bye.